what did we call this again? Nerds at the round table?
Yeah, and you forgot. Oh my god, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, dude, I've been busy. Alright, so
So have I.
Liam. Oh yeah, Brendan's not drawing. Oh wait, no, you didn't upload the last one, did you?
I just did actually.
Oh really? Alright, yeah, so yeah, Brendan's not here with us this time. Because, you know, I'm not even gonna make up some random funny excuse that he didn't accept the invite, and we did wait a while, but it ain't happening.
His fault.
Yep. So Liam, actually,
Yeah.
one for us. The X-Men are coming home, and so are the Fantastic Four. But we're not going to talk about the hows and the whys. People should know this by now that Disney are buying like a massive chunk of Fox. We're not going to talk about how Batman might be going over. Hilarious as that is, might talk about it later actually. But yeah, how do you think they'll introduce the X-Men and the Fantastic Four? Or just one of them? Like, so it might be difficult introducing both of them.
I think the Fantastic... Who will be easier, honestly? I'd say the
Fantastic Four because...
X-Men, you have to, like, reason out why they've been gone for so long.
Yeah, you have to establish what... See, I've actually, this is courtesy of, I only picked this topic because Comics Explained did a really awesome theory about it. Basically, the reason we don't know about mutants is because because Professor X erased it from everyone's memories. Now, that sounds lazy, but hold on a minute. Like, how they found out about them again is because back in Age of Ultron, Vision obviously got the Mind Stone, and the Mind Stone would like go over his telepathy, wouldn't it?
Well, are you talking like easily? I reckon.
This is basically a version where the X-Men have always been there.
Oh, dude, to be honest, I don't think they could do that. I think it's just too late.
This stuff. I thought it was an interesting theory. Just like I think if they're going to do it so they were always there, this is probably the best way they can do it. So essentially, you got the Mind Stone, which basically made it so that no one could keep a secret from him, and so he knew about the X-Men.
Ooh.
And so he goes there in between the movies, like between Civil War and Age of Ultron, those would be. And he meets Professor X, and he goes, "Why would you keep this all a secret for so long?" And then Professor X would just say, "The world isn't ready. The world was never ready for mutants and stuff like that." And then he basically, like, he asks him to keep his secret, and then later down the line, if they need them, they'll be there. And then Vision agrees, because like that's the best offer they could give him, and that's like a way they could introduce them. I think that's a pretty good idea.
It's the really only one I can see because of how like far they're into it, isn't it?
Yeah. So if they're bringing in the X-Men, they can't not do Avengers versus X-Men. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
It's not like they can just do that in Avengers 4, like in Avengers 4 the X-Men turn up and say, "Hey guys, we've been here for the last like 20 odd years. But it's cool, we're here now." And then they immediately start fighting, because that's what we call Batman versus Superman. Not saying it's a bad movie, I'm just saying you're rushing a lot of stuff.
Yeah. To be fair, who would win?
Realistically, because when you think about it, the X-Men, because when you think about the Avengers, like before the movies, they're pretty much all B-lister heroes. Like when they thought about the most powerful Marvel characters,
Thor and Hulk were the only non-B-listers.
Yeah, because I mean, like before Iron Man 1 came out, did you even hear about like Iron Man and Captain America?
Captain America, yes.
I heard of, like the only like people I heard of years back who were on the Avengers were Hulk, Iron Man, and Captain America. I actually, like years ago, I had no idea who Thor was. And like the first superheroes I ever heard of were the X-Men and Spider-Man, and that was it.
To be fair, I think I heard of them, but like not majorly. I heard of Captain America because honestly, who hasn't at this point?
Oh yeah, I saw like pictures of him, like way back before the MCU. I saw pictures of him and I just thought, okay, that's just some random guy. Maybe he's new. I don't know. I didn't care. There was Spider-Man and Hulk. That's all I needed.
But the question is, even think about which X-Men? are we getting?
All of them.
All the movie ones.
No, like all the X-Men are going back to Marvel, dude. Like everything. Marvel have the rights to their characters.
I mean, like, which one are we? Like, do we know which ones we will get?
I think we're gonna get like the usual ones: Jean Grey, Cyclops, Wolverine, obviously Professor X.
To be fair, as much as people like to think Wolverine hasn't got the power, but like the healing factor, he could really fuck up a lot of the Avengers with that.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm moving on. Like, how do you think they could introduce the X-Men? We'll move on to Fantastic Four later, but let's just focus on.
I don't think they could. I actually don't see how they could. I think it's too late. I think actually there's only one way I could see it. If they say like,
tell me a story.
are we okay? What if they do a prequel movie before like the Avengers, like a few prequel movies where like a big bit explaining, say they had to deal with like Apocalypse, like say they fought these characters. It wasn't as widely known because it was done on a smaller scale, but they were too busy. I generally think that's the only reason they could come.
Maybe during like the times of like Age of Ultron and everything, maybe they were away doing like the Phoenix Saga, like when they're all in space fighting.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah, or they weren't there the whole time, but like they were building up. Like say they were gaining members, or like Wolverine was getting his memory back.
Like during Age of Ultron, Professor X maybe started recruiting because of that.
Yeah. That could be it. Age of Ultron is the reason he started recruiting. But because of how obviously how difficult it would be, it took years.
And then maybe they went into hiding for Civil War, because otherwise they would be like signing the Accords and stuff like that, basically government agents.
Then obviously of that they'd be gone, and that's why they were never there. And with Thanos,
so almost like Professor X is overly protective, almost.
Yeah. It makes sense, because, like, if you do wait, would we be doing a younger X-Men team? Because that would make even more sense to make him overprotective.
See, I would like them to keep the cast of Apocalypse and Hugh Jackman, because I really did like the Apocalypse cast.
Me too, I did. I think the older Cyclops was better, but everyone else was better.
Oh, see, I thought the Cyclops was good. Like when you saw him in his like comic accurate.
Not saying he's bad. I'm just saying I preferred the older one.
Yeah. Yeah. See, you know what I think would be awesome, and it would like how they could bring him in Avengers 4 as well. Is basically they get a call about a crazy old guy in Central Park losing his mind, stuff like that, and he's got machetes in his hands. I want it to be like, because you know how during the Secret Wars event, like Old Man Logan woke up in Central Park, like outside of the Old Man Logan universe.
Yeah.
I reckon they could do something like that, like at the end of Logan, yeah, the Infinity Gauntlet might cause so much damage that it like brings him to their world, and like he wakes up and like goes, where are the X-Men, where are the mutants? Like Captain America and Spider-Man are there to arrest him and say, what's a mutant? And then he basically says the way things are in his universe, like Professor X, no Avengers, the X-Men, Brotherhood of Mutants, and basically says the things there are in his universe. And it basically builds up to the point where they go to Westchester, and then Old Man Logan like brings Professor X to bring together the mutants. Like he's there, but he doesn't know.
You know the whole problem is with that.
What? Old
Man Logan is just like he's fucked. Remember, he can't take anything unless they give him his original power back. Yeah,
I think that would be like the main way they could do it. So just saying that's like that would be like a comic-y storyline like remade to fit the MCU. I think that's a cool way to do it if anyone read that comic. Do you have any of I can't think of a lot of ways they could do it. Like, they can say everyone's been there, or like bridge them in, like our universe got screwed over and stuff like that. That way they could keep the old continuity. I really don't know. It's gonna be interesting no matter what, because it's definitely going through. It's all. I think they said like it's all but just signing the papers, like crossing the T's and dotting the I's and stuff.
Yeah.
When they did.
Dude. Should we quickly do this because we have the time? Who let's try run through an actual fight of the Avengers and
So just a quick cut away from that. Have you seen the photos for Dark Phoenix movie?
No, I will. I'll get them after this.
Dude, Dark Phoenix looks so awesome. Like it looks completely different to what I was expecting, but it looks amazing. Anyway, yeah, you go ahead.
So, like, do you want to try and run through an actual fight of the X-Men and Avengers, from what we can see?
Are we talking like MCU Avengers?
Yeah. No, like, what we think the X-Men are going to be, and what the Avengers... As we already know the Avengers.
Yeah, I think with X-Men we should just skip to the most recent one, which is Age of Apocalypse. Like,
they're the most likely members to actually be there.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna give it to the Avengers because, like, they've got 10 years experience. Well, it's coming up to 10 years now.
Wolverine.
They have nearly 10 years
Wolverine.
experience.
And if they do the Old Man Logan one, then Wolverine has...
Yeah, but that's one experienced fighter. Well, if we're counting Mystique as well, it's 2 experienced fighters against an entire team of people.
No, I just think the experience and power of Wolverine could make it up. Because what?
Yeah,
how old would that make him in this movie?
Jean Grey's just sheer power.
Yeah, so I mean, like, the sheer then again, it's like 4.
True. See, I don't know. There's so many ways that can go.
I think the major ones would be Wolverine. Obviously Wolverine. The Avengers main fighters. Wolverine. No, Avengers. Thor, Hulk, Captain America.
Yeah, let's just count like the main members. Like, don't bring in people. I think Scarlet Witch versus Jean Grey would be an interesting one because they're like the powerhouses when you think about it. Like Scarlet Witch and Jean Grey. The
question is, will this be Old Man Logan one? Because he will fuck the Avengers up pretty bad.
Yeah, he won't. No, he just won't take anything they give him. Like, they will like try to just like slow him down. He will try to tear through them.
The question is, would he get his old power back, like the healing factor?
They would kind of have to, really. Otherwise, like, I think he will just die of injuries. To be perfectly honest.
So he's like unkillable then. I think as good a Cap fighter is, Cap ain't gonna beat him.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think what would be a great thing if they did a spin-off of Wolverine killing everyone. Like, actually trying to kill everyone. But bar that, Captain America and him, to be fair, him and Captain America, him fighting will be perfect.
Yeah, but think about Black Panther versus Wolverine.
Oh, yes. Oh, dude, Adamantium versus Vibranium too.
Yeah, I'd love just like, I know it's going off a bit, but I love it to be a quip with Black Panther where he just goes, he says, you can't hurt me, and then he just goes, I don't care, bub.
Yeah, no, do you know what I'd like to see it? I'd like to see how they work out, like, how much stronger Vibranium is compared to Adamantium.
That'd be interesting. Like, I'd love to see it, like, Wolverine, like, takes a swing with his claws and it actually, like, scratches through the Vibranium, and then Black Panther's reaction to that, because as far as he knows, Vibranium is just the almighty stuff.
Yeah, only Vibranium can touch Vibranium.
Yeah. Or, you know, Thanos. Just... Which has got to happen, like... I reckon Infinity War, he's gonna get his old shield back at some point, and then Thanos is just gonna snap over his knee or something.
Oh yeah, we'll hit punch through it.
Right, I think move on to the Fantastic Four, maybe like introducing both of them at the same time, because I actually have what I think is an amazing one for Fantastic Four.
I think that's just so much easier too to actually do.
Yeah, so I have 2 theories, and you just got to stick with me on these, because one of them links to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as well. So okay, so there's my first one, which is like bringing in, oh yeah, different Fantastic Four from the Fox one as well, because we cannot accept that as a canon Fantastic Four. So yeah, it's a new Fantastic Four, and essentially end of Infinity War or Avengers 4, whichever one it concludes in. They've won. Like the Infinity Gauntlet smashed, and the Infinity Stones are like scattered out between the members of the Marvel Illuminati, and like sent to different ends of the universe. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like they're all like happy, like seeing each other again after the big fight, hugging and high-fiving, all the celebratory stuff. But then Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, they're not happy. So Spider-Sense is introduced now and it's going off, it's going nuts. And Doctor Strange can kind of sense it. And then they hear the words, "I hunger," and they turn around and it's Galactus stood behind them, because they get Galactus and Silver Surfer back with the deal as well.
Yes, good.
And then,
yeah, pretty good.
yeah, right before Galactus is about to just they get teleported away, and then they see the new Fantastic Four, and they say, "This guy destroyed our world. We're now here to save yours." So they're from a different universe, but they're there. They like move into the MCU, like Superman did in Rebirth.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I think that's a solid one, but I have a feeling you have another one which may be as good or better.
Alright, so obviously with like defending the world agencies, there's SHIELD, and that's it, isn't there?
Yeah. Sword sometimes.
And even then, with season 5, yeah, they introduced Sword, because they've only hinted at Sword in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So it's after Infinity War, they like fully accept cosmic threats are a huge thing, and that the Avengers sometimes won't be enough. So they develop Sword. I can't remember the acronym for Sword. If I can take this in for editing, I will put like their acronym going over the top of this. But yeah, they introduce Sword, and they decide they need a recon team to go into space and basically just go and check this stuff out, like make sure there's not like another Thanos sat on Mars waiting to attack and stuff like that. And so they send the research team out, which consists of Reed Richards and people like that, hit with cosmic rays. They come back to Earth and they become the Fantastic Four. They buy Avengers Tower, and it becomes the Baxter Building, because obviously the Avengers Tower is up for sale. And that's how the Fantastic Four are introduced. What do you think of that one?
Actually, I prefer the other one, but I think that the one you just said makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, because they have been hinting at Sword for a while, especially with like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. actually now being in space. Which, to be honest, I need to watch a new season because it does look pretty dope. Yeah, so those are my only two theories about the Fantastic Four. Maybe with the first one, the Universe one, they bring the X-Men along with them, but I feel like that's like smushing too much into one thing. Then again, the MCU are good at that, so you never know.
I'm trying to find out what Sword stands for.
Yeah, I think I honestly can't remember. I'm completely blanking. They're not a big deal in the comics anymore.
Yeah, were they ever a big deal, really? Like a big deal?
During one of the X-Men runs, yeah, because the X-Men had a lot to do with space for a while. But yes, there's Sword, and I reckon they can introduce Sword and the Fantastic Four in one, and maybe that can lead into X-Men later. It can go a lot of ways, really. But I feel like Sword will be a good starting point. Do you have any theories about how they'll bring in Fantastic Four? Because obviously there was the theories about like Avengers Tower being up for sale was the build up to that.
I'd say they really the only one is just pretty much your second one you said. Like you said, that's the closest one I could get to.
Yeah. I think another thing I think with X-Men, like oh yeah, just while you're looking stuff up, look up pictures of the Dark Phoenix, because it's just so cool. So I think they could also copy what Marvel Legacy's doing, where the Infinity Stones brought Wolverine back. They could do a similar thing to that, like it brought Wolverine into existence, maybe. And oh yeah, before people ask me, before anyone asks, I don't know how he's back, because Marvel are being really scummy about what they're doing with that.
The question is, how do we want Wolverine to get his like original powers? Like,
I think we want young Wolverine.
I would kind of want older one, but with the same power of younger one.
Yeah, I think maybe like older, but like, you know what I mean, like because like we
Not
may
as
get a more
old.
complex Old Man Logan story down the line, but could it actually top thingy? We haven't even talked about Deadpool yet, how he's gonna work. It's obviously R-rated and stuff.
Yeah, so that's why I think if they brought, that's why they couldn't bring Old Man Logan back because he's R-rated.
Yeah, see, the thing is, Disney own, I know it doesn't sound right, but Disney do own, like, R-rated things, like, you know that movie Pulp Fiction? You know, Disney owned that?
Yeah, really?
Yeah, and that's what, I think they own other R-rated stuff. Was Avatar R-rated? Because they're gonna own Avatar as well.
No, it wasn't.
Hmm. See, I actually tried to blank that movie on purpose, because I
Yeah.
do despise Avatar. The game was good. I did like the game.
Never played the game.
Usually movie games are complete trash, but it was genuinely good. Like it was really good. It's like you choose. It's like you choose decisions in the campaign. Like you can choose to either like be the humans who like kill all the avatars and stuff like that, and or you can obviously join the avatar side.
But actually, it's pretty. I'm gonna look it up at some point.
Yeah, it's honestly a surprisingly good game.
Then again, a lot. Have you noticed something? This is going off on a tangent, but still, a lot of games are getting like lazy.
Yeah.
Compare this for example. Star Wars Battlefront 2, modern and old. The old one had what?
There's a massive petition. You know, EA have lost about 3 billion now.
Oh, I heard that they're losing so much money.
Yeah, I think no matter what way this shakes down, EA is gonna have tremendous losses here.
Dude, they've 3 billion. They've already lost tremendously. This is just
No,
proving.
I mean like that people are being laid off. I reckon this is the only way it's gonna end unless they fix Star Wars very very soon. They're gonna be laid off.
Because
Like, a lot of
people keep
are gonna
saying,
lose
oh, they
jobs.
made it up. They did not make it up. Compare this to the old one, it's nothing.
Yeah, yeah, they don't. See, someone pointed out like when like Star Wars, like I think there was like 8 games in the space of like a few years. We've had, I think it was like, I can't remember. Like I'll put it on the screen if I can get some for editing. 'Cause it is a meme as well. But yeah, all right, we're getting way off topic here. So with like Fox buying that, that means there's Gotham. Gotham is owned by Fox.
Oh my god. This is getting complicated.
Alright, because WB can get it back, because like they'll get the option to just take it back. That's something that happens all the time with stuff like this.
Mainly
So,
because they own it.
Would you have right? But mainly like going away from that, if like someone like screwed up and Disney did get Gotham, how do you think they would introduce Batman into the MCU?
Oh god.
See, I reckon it might be just like a little Easter egg. Like, there's a bit where like Iron Man's in his workshop with Black Panther, and then he gets a delivery from Mr. Stank, and it says, oh yeah, bringing up that old meme, yeah, and it says, you've been invited to the Wayne family gala. And Iron Man's basically gonna go, I don't want this. This is trash. That family's so poor compared to me. The Black Panther's just gonna look at him saying, I can buy and sell the both of you. I reckon it would just be like a little jokey Easter egg if they ever did that, which they won't.
I will
That's how
die
they do
that
it.
day of happiness. That would be the greatest thing ever.
Yeah. I reckon that would just be brilliant.
But how could you beat that?
No idea.
It literally sounds like I want that to happen now.
Mm.
The question is, we all know actually, who would you ever have Batman fight then? Captain America or Black Panther in the MCU?
Easily Black Panther.
Really, I want to see a Cap fight between him and Cap because do you reckon he could beat Cap in the MCU if they use say Batfleck? Because we all know there's no way the Christian Bale Batman could even touch Cap.
Christian Bale's trash.
How long will Christian Bale last?
If this is actually a big channel, I would get a lot of salty comments right now.
He's not a bad Batman, but he's he's as a character he's not a bad Batman. As like an actual Batman, like if you know what I mean. He's not exactly intimidating.
We are drifting way off topic again, yeah, but WB can basically like claim their rights back from Fox before the deal goes through, but essentially if like one person misses the email about that, it can go through, and they will own Batman.
In the movies anyway.
Yeah, in movies, but not in comics, because, yeah. Yes, I will look up and put, like I keep saying, I can take this in for editing, I will put up, like, loads of things about all the R-rated stuff, because I think if they want to do R-rated, they can, like, say, like, Deadpool for some reason joins the Avengers. You cannot have, like, Deadpool acting the way he does around the Avengers, because there's people who take their kids to go see those movies.
Yeah.
I think you could only have, like, Deadpool's humor. If he's joined by another character, that's fine, but it need to be in his movie. And it can be called like Deadpool and Spider-Man. It'll just need to be called Deadpool 3 or something like that.
Yeah.
So they can keep it R-rated, they can have like Spider-Man involved and stuff like that. I'm just saying it'll need to be in their own movies, maybe not even connected to continuity, which may be a way they go. Hopefully not, but they might go that way.
The question is...
So
Huh?
you first. This my one goes on for a bit.
Oh no, you go there. No, mine's not very important.
Casting.
Ooh.
Because obviously we know Hugh Jackman said a while ago, if they join the MCU, he'll come back. But the thing is, would they take him back? Because if the MCU, like with a whole new set of characters who actually have bigger backstories than the Avengers do, when you think about it, like they go deeper. And the MCU's gone on for 10 years just telling us the story. If they go on for another 10 years and they have Hugh Jackman, think about it, he'll be 60 by the end. Do you really think like they could have him going for another 10 years till he's 60? Would he want that? Is the question.
I think you want to because it's Hugh Jackman and like who's Hugh Jackman? I mean, come on. But like honestly, I don't know. There's just no chance.
So I think he'll be happy to like come back and say, I'll be in Avengers 4 and like an X-Men movie and a Wolverine movie and then that's it. But I don't think he'll say, alright, I want to do 10 years worth of build-up movies like the Avengers did.
I think
it might turn out great if he does, but I don't think he'll want to. It's the primary reason.
What? I think it's mainly just a physical toll on his body. Because like, looking like he does, yeah, he's even said, it's really hard to do.
Yeah. And you just gotta think, because like he stopped doing Logan because he's been doing this 10 years. Whether you want to go 10 years more. I think if they just have him in a few movies, it's like obviously in the Fox ones, he was like the primary focus of each movie. If they like do more stories based around like Cyclops, Jean Grey, hell even Colossus and people like that, it'll be fine. Like just have them in 2 or 3. We don't have him done for 10 years.
I was just...
I know it's going back, but I just thought of the funny thing they could do with Batman. Like, it'll be in the Netflix shows as well. It's basically a bit where, like, Daredevil's, like, talking on the roof with, like, the rest of the Defenders and Punisher about new big bad guy. And then the bat signal just goes off in the background. He'll say, hey, look at that. And Daredevil goes, what? And he goes, there's, like, a light in the sky. And he goes, yeah, there's a light in the sky. That's cool. He said, no, but it's like, there's a bat. And he goes, okay, there's a bat in the sky. Bats fly. And like he gets really triggered because they won't actually explain what's going on behind him. They'll say, "Oh,
that'd be
there's
kind of funny."
And then he goes, "Who would strap a flashlight or a bat? That's just." And like he's falling like raging at them. And then he just goes, "Screw this! The Defenders was a mistake. I want nothing to do with you people. If all you're gonna do is make fun of me for being blind." And he's like, then he just leaves.
Question is who? Ooh. Imagine that fight. Daredevil versus Batman.
That would see. It doesn't see it. I wouldn't even care who wins. That would just be incredible to watch.
Yeah, as much like Batman, I wouldn't care if he loses at that point.
So what do you think? If WB take Gotham back, what do you think they should give it to? Like, I think they could give it to CW, but then that will lead to like Gotham going into a multiverse kind of thing. It's not really that kind of show so far. It's more of a crime show than
I'd say just keep it where it is.
Yeah, but Fox won't be able to do it. That's the whole point. Fox won't be able to do it because that part of them will be owned by Disney. So they'll need to give it to another production company. See, I think could give it to CW. That could be interesting, but I don't think it's a full-on superhero show. I've never thought of it as a Batman show. I've thought of it as just a crime show based in that universe. Because they might just cancel Gotham. That's always something they can do, and I really don't want that because I do love Gotham.
Yeah, Gotham's getting good too.
See, I don't spoil it. I need to catch up. I know Joker's coming back again, but
I haven't seen that up to that. I'll give you a rough. Do you want me to give you a rough description? I'll try to stay away from spoilers where I'm up to.
Yeah, because I've had to watch it online because it's not on Channel 5 in the UK anymore. Thanks, Channel 5. That was like the one good show you had that wasn't depressing or annoying.
I'm about up to what I think the last episode I watched, they had. I think it was when Bruce was being a dick to Alfred about something.
Yeah, but then again, Bruce, there was bits in that show where like you can see him becoming Batman and stuff, but you don't. Those bits where he's just a brat.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I don't mind if it goes to CW. It might be a little bit censored, which will be fine if there's just a tiny bit of censoring.
Just a tiny bit, yeah.
But, yeah, but I've gone completely blank now. I've been talking for ages. I'm still just like focused on like Daredevil getting angry at the Defenders.
Oh, I know, that'll be hilarious.
Yeah, and then like it's almost like he's senile. Like he goes, "There's a bat flashlight. That's cool, but I don't see the point." Yeah, so it could go a lot of ways with Gotham, really. It definitely won't go to Disney.
To be honest, I see it's going badly. I don't really see it going that good if they censor it.
Yeah, and I just want to throw this out there because obviously they get the TV rights as well. They'll get Legion back and the Gifted back. Obviously, I think those shows will carry on. I don't think those Silent Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will be like standalones, maybe. Because so far, Legion's doing nothing standalone. Gifted's kind of been-ish. Been watching Gifted?
No, I haven't been watching Gifted really. I don't like the look of it. I don't know what it's about.
It's like the classic thing that they just get like really like C-list characters. Like actually, I think the biggest character in there is you know, Magneto's third child, Polaris.
I forgot that was his third child.
Yeah, like she's one of the main characters in it, and they have confirmed that in that continuity, Magneto is her dad. Yeah, Gifted's pretty sick, dude. It's alright.
I will watch. I'm gonna have to get into that at some point now.
Yeah. Did you watch Legion?
No.
Oh, dude, Legion was awesome. Like they made the villain look like trash, but the villain was good. Like it wasn't what I was expecting. See, it's nuts, and like there's bits where you can't tell what's real.
What are Legion's powers again?
In the comics, it's like split personality, and like some of his personalities have different powers. Like there's one that throws fire, one that's like an equal telepath to his dad. Like he can create mind, which he actually does in the show. What was the other thing? He does have different powers, like and before anyone says it's spoilers, this is a show that's been on, well, came out start of this year, I think.
Around, I think it was a bit, it might have been a bit before that start of the year.
Yeah, I think it was announced, like, end of last year. maybe we're getting off topic anyway. So yeah, that's basically the way it goes. So yeah, I think those shows will carry on, especially Gifted, because Gifted there is like a pretty family-friendly show. But Legion, there's there's dark parts. There's pretty dark bits.
To be fair, I think the darkness suits more. Avengers, obviously, they can do it, but I think it suits more X-Men because their powers, like in Origin, are a lot darker. Of being like kind of outcasts.
Yeah, Cyclops severe brain damage.
Yeah, loads of people don't know that actually, do they?
No, but people like the reason like Cyclops you should be able to control its powers, same as Havoc, but like so obviously he was in a crashing plane, like him and his brother got strapped into the same parachute. Talking about Havoc, by the way, like that's his younger brother. They
Yeah.
get strapped in, and, like just thrown out the plane, and it couldn't hold their weight. So like Cyclops like maneuvered it, so he'll hit the ground harder than Havoc, and so that's why you can't control it. Like there's actually timelines where that never happened. Like Havoc, I think it was like Havoc died in the crash, and Cyclops got out. But yeah, there are versions of him who could control it, but the point is that's why. I don't know if they're doing that in movies though, because that would like involve a lot of complicated stuff.
I can't remember. Was it? Isn't it his optic blaster at full power all time?
Yeah. And the Ruby Quasar in his glasses and visor are absorbing a lot of it.
Because wasn't there a version which could control it?
Yeah, probably. I'm gonna be honest, dude. Like a lot of my knowledge is more based around the Avengers and stuff. You know, I'm trying to read more X-Men now because X-Men are getting good. Like Phoenix is back, like the good Phoenix, not the younger one. I'm saying the younger one's bad. I'm just saying like the mature one. So I've always been a fan of Phoenix. Phoenix has always been awesome. So yeah, it's like going back to it, like it's actually nuts to think about. Like all the Avengers were like B-listers before the movie. It's like no one had heard of them, and like
Thor and Hulk,
they were never much.
You know, even Hulk was less known. Thor, Cap, and Hulk, I think, were the only ones who were known.
Like yeah, dude, I'm talking like power-wise, because I mean, think about it. For like that, Hulk was barely on the main roster. Like the only people who were constantly there was near enough Ant-Man, Captain America, and Iron Man. Like those were the main like constant members.
Ant-Man got smaller in the MCU, if anything. Like as a character, compared to what it used to be.
Yeah, but that's just cut of our entire Hank Pym plot, which, to be honest, I prefer Scott Lang over Hank Pym, because Hank Pym's kind of like a blank slate sometimes.
Really?
So, yeah, what X-Men would like you be most excited to see in the MCU?
Besides, like, the obvious ones like Wolverine, etc. Wolverine, to be honest, is the one I want to get the most.
Okay, but who's like in your like top 4 or 5?
Okay, Wolverine number 1. Cyclops is number 2. He's kind of at place with Colossus. Then I'd actually quite like to see Professor X.
Yeah, oh yeah, we're not counting Deadpool, because the way the rights worked with the deal is like they just got like Fox got the right to just mutants, like in general, like the word mutant was in their origin story. That's it, they had them. So Deadpool was just counted in that for some reason, even though he's not really a mutant. He's a mutate. He said, really picking at it. Yeah, so yeah, it's the way the deal worked. So anyone else?
So I like the Iceman, obviously, because that'd be cool.
Yeah. I would quite like to see, like, my top ones are obviously Wolverine, Magneto actually, because like would they make
Oh, I
him
forgot
Scarlet
Magneto, because I thought you meant X-Men only.
Well, I mean like characters they get him back. So we're focused on X-Men here, because Fantastic Four like pale in comparison to X-Men coming back for me, really. And I think it's
Yeah, I agree with that.
So yeah, basically, mine goes Wolverine, Magneto, Professor X, Cyclops, no, Phoenix, well, slash Jean Grey, because that could lead into Avengers vs. X-Men. Nothing Rogue, because think about if they do like and introduce Captain Marvel, they could do the whole thing where Rogue like drains her powers massively.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Didn't she like permanently keep her powers too?
Yeah, like for ages, and it's like in mostly it was in the animated series as well, I think, for a little while. Like she could like fly for ages.
Yeah.
Which was pretty awesome, to be perfectly honest. I'd like to see that. Like that moment when like she just full on like drains Captain Marvel.
I'd like to see her like drain a few. I'd like to see her like do a mixture where she drains like 3 different characters. Say like whole.
Well, in her first introduction, we all know in her first introduction she was introduced as a villain against the Avengers. Weirdly enough, like originally she joined the Brotherhood of Mutants, but I think it said that originally she was meant to be an Avengers villain. And yeah, like she drains Captain Marvel, Thor, and Ant-Man, maybe?
What did she get off Ant-Man?
Intelligence.
True. What is it? I can't remember how he ranks in intelligence.
He got called the Scientist Supreme of Earth. How like Doctor Strange is Sorcerer Supreme, he became Scientist Supreme.
Is that better than Reed Richard?
Yeah, but Reed Richards is the Christian, basically the Christian god now, so I don't think we should count him.
I was talking about before that.
So that's a good question, because yeah, realistically, Reed Richards would be made the Scientist Supreme over Hank. Then again, Hank Pym did create the Infinite Avengers Mansion, which is like a pocket universe, like inside, which has doorways going to every other universe, like every location in every universe. There was a doorway going there. And like Mr. Fantastic, like yeah, they both created universes. I'm saying that like it's a really small thing. They created universes.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, they get, yeah, he just created this like universe, you know, casually.
Yeah, but, like I think they said it was Hank Pym's like greatest creation was he made the Infinite Avengers Mansion where it exists outside existence or something like that, like outside the universes, and it makes gateways to each one. And it was like microscopic on the outside of the universes, which is the most complicated stuff I've ever seen in a comic, to be perfectly honest.
You know that time he just created a universe? That time?
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Spider-Man also made Blood Fluid. Oh, the trailer for the animated Spider-Man movies come out. And we know what storyline they're doing now as well.
Yeah.
They're doing Spider-Verse.
Oh.
And it
again?
centers around Miles Morales. No, there was never animation. There was never. Oh no, wait, no, it's outside. Like it's their own animation. Honestly, the facial animation looks like Fortnite. I'm not joking here, Liam. Like the face animation looks like high definition Fortnite.
That Fortnite's not that bad though.
Yeah, I mean, like the suits, like the way they actually like animate the costume actually looks pretty sick. But yeah, like the face animation's Fortnite, and at the end, like they tease like him having a meeting with like the main universe Peter Parker as well. So I think it's like half the Spider-Man storyline, half Spider-Verse. Like I think it's even called Enter the Spider-Verse or something. And it comes out this month, and it's in cinemas, weirdly enough. See, I don't know what I think of it, to be perfectly honest, because it's made by Sony Picture Animation. See, they made a big mistake. See, I don't know if it's the exact same people, but this production, like this part of Sony, made the Emoji Movie.
Oh God. Oh,
I hope the directors and writers for that movie stay, like so far away from it, they can't see it, they don't even know it exists. I am keeping an open mind for this. Sony have made their mistakes. Hopefully, like with Miles Morales, they can make it up because we haven't seen a movie Miles Morales before, and I am actually pretty excited. Might see him pop up in the MCU. You never know. Did you hear about the joke between an X-Men and Spider-Man crossover?
No.
I look it up. It's like way back when they were shooting X-Men 1, one of the directors turned up in like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man suit. It was like one of the props they actually used for that thing, and he turns up and he goes, "Hey guys, I'm here. Let's go be a Magneto or whatever." And then Hugh Jackman goes, "Are you?" And he turns around and goes, "Are you rascal?" And like chases him off the set.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's like this whole joke, and it's like the proper like
How
Tobey
long have we
Maguire
been
costume as well.
doing this now?
No, do you want to stop just in case?
Yeah, probably go.
I'm pretty sure we've like covered this entire thing now, like all like the current Marvel news besides obviously. Oh yeah, before we leave, Kevin Feige has confirmed whose side Loki is on for Infinity War.
Oh,
Who do you think, Liam?
I don't know.
Thanos. He's on Thanos' side.
God. I see. I was kind of hoping that he wouldn't on like
See, just all the character development, like in Thor Ragnarok, all that the character development just gone,
yeah.
just like that.
I was like, come on, he has to be on Thor's side.
Basically makes like... No, see, I reckon.
Actually, I like it
just
because it
gonna
kind
be
of shows what
Thor
type of
killing him.
character Loki really is.
No, it just shows he's on whoever's side has the most power. That's all he is. See, I reckon Thor's gonna kill him. Thor's gonna kill Loki.
I think he
So
has
he can't
to.
do this forever. Like, I reckon he's gonna say everything you've caused, because you know how in that scene when you see him walking up to Thanos, see all the dead Asgardians?
Yeah.
I think he's gonna blame Loki for that.
Well, to be fair, if Loki goes on his side, that's fair enough.
Yeah, like, I reckon Thor's gonna blame him for that afterwards. He knows that you've tried to kill me so many times, you got all those Asgardians killed, I can't let you do this anymore. There's, like, if I trust you again, it may lead to me dying and, like, any more people who don't die in Infinity War and stuff like that. And then he's just gonna, like, kill him. Like, just throw him off a cliff, snap his neck, kill him with the new Mjolnir, hit him with lightning, whatever. I reckon just in the end, Thor's gonna kill Loki.
I want him to make that the ending credit scene. Like, he finds Loki. Do you know, actually, I have it set in my head. I want them to do this. He finds him, doesn't matter the place. See, this would be good. He finds him in the same place Odin dies.
Yeah, because Odin... No, I reckon he's going to rebuild Asgard there. Because he says, remember this place for the future.
No, I want him to find that. I want him to find Loki there. Like, sitting down, with his legs off the thing. Then they talk for like a minute about like their father. And Thor's like, Loki, what you have done is unforgivable. And then you see him pull out the hammer, go to kill Loki, then it go blank screen.
Yeah, maybe I think it will. If they're gonna do it, it will happen mid-movie. Like, there's gonna be a fight scene where like it's the full Black Order against the Avengers.
No, I
like,
want it
Loki's
off.
gonna try
I
and
want it
sneak
off screen at the end. I want it to be a really emotional moment for Thor. Like you saw,
Yeah, I reckon.
you see him crying.
Yeah, I reckon it's gonna be a bit like they're all fighting, like Black Order versus Avengers, the big fight that's like been building up to. Like Thanos is like having like a massive fight with like all the powerhouses. And like Thor sees like Loki fighting someone else, and he sees him sneak away with like the fake him trick. And he's just gonna say, he's basically just gonna run after him, saying, "What do you think you're doing?" And then he says, "Fight with us, and I'll forgive you." And then Loki's just gonna say, "No, I want nothing to do with you. I just want to leave." And Thor goes, "I can't let you do that." He's gonna like try and stop him. He's gonna genuinely just like try to stop him, saying, "Help us instead." He's going to be so scared of Thanos and so scared of Thor at the same time that he panics and just tries to swing at Thor. And Thor's just going to, I don't know, like break his neck or something.
Or it unleashes his full magic power.
Yeah, but we know it's probably going to have a new hammer by the end of it because it's in the promo photos.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't want him to get a new hammer.
See, I think he's going to have to.
I
I do
like
like
the
his new
magic.
suit.
I like the new suit. I like the 4 like lightning hat fists. I think that looks badass.
Yeah, but it says well, that's his raw power, how he needs to focus it. That's why he had the helmet in the first place. I'm worried about how long we've been going on for, so I just want to wrap up here.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Don't want to go off on a
We
tangent.
have covered basically all our possible
And we went
theories
off
on
on like
this.
1,000 tangents.
Yeah, and also we have, yeah, like all the sidetracking. So thanks for joining us, everyone. If you're new to either of our channels, leave a like and a sub, maybe.
Yeah,
And
so
we greatly appreciate it.
we did
You don't have
kind
to-
of create a universe on the side, but you know, casually.
Yeah, you can subscribe to me, be a member of the Jumper School, or subscribe to Liam and be a member of the
Become part of my legacy.
Oh, that's pretty good. I thought you'd go with Liam League, to be perfectly honest.
No,
Not like saying that's better, but I was expecting you to go with the Liam League.
no. Join my legacy.
You can be a member of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how you can be like a Jamicus Lantern on in Liam's Legacy.
Yeah, they work pretty well together.
Yep. And we'll see you next time. I'm doing really soft voice like
Yeah,
Claude
why are you
talking.
like to go soft?
Like
No, you
Claude
gotta do
impression.
intense.
Hello there. We need more pamphlets. And there's Doug.
Yes. Yes, we do. So, we will see you next
Doug's
time.
dead.
Like and
Yeah.
subscribe. Have a good day, sir.
Bye.